All right, moving on to number 4 worst film of the year, and it is sure to bring me a huge barrage of negative feedback from brain candy, hopeless, I emphasize that word, hopeless romantics. Yes, big emphasis on hopeless. And that is going to bring me such bad feedback, and that is The Lucky One. And the title certainly isn't referring to me while sitting watching this film. This is a scatterbrained melodramatic schmoz. And it stars, hey, who else? Zac Efron. No, not Matthew McConaughey, for once he had a good year this year. Who plays a Marine sergeant who drew inspiration to survive by holding onto a picture of a woman he never even met. Aww. He eventually tracks down the woman, and she is played by Taylor Schilling, who is pretty enough to look at, I guess, but really doesn't achieve any real magnetism here. And you can imagine where the movie goes from there. He moves to the town to find her, kind of gets into her life. Yeah, okay. I'm actually starting to think that Nicholas Sparks, who these movies are adapted from, is really a name created by either two groups combined. One, a group of teenagers who want the type of guy that Zac Efron is in this film, yet settle for a cheating douchebag, joined by a group of lonely housewives who think that their husbands watch because their husbands watch a hockey or a football game and don't pay close enough attention to them for a couple hours, or not undivided attention. They long for the type of male characters in these films that don't exist. The sad thing is, out of most Sparks material, some of his characters are at least somewhat realistic, even if I don't always like the movies themselves. That's what I'll give him credit for in his stories and the movie adaptations. The Notebook was a good movie. It was a very good movie. I did like it. I'm not afraid to admit it. And that's the thing, most of the Sparks type movies don't even end up on my worst of the year list. And most of them have decent moments, to be honest with you, and a good-hearted attempt, a good-hearted ambition. But this film just is devoid of all that completely. I come to expect predictability from movies like this, but it's absolutely ridiculous here. I almost even know what Efron's character is going to say most of the time. Not word for word necessarily, but I know along the lines of what he's going to do or say. I can catch on to it pretty quick. It's like even the role of the resident jerk in the woman's life. Oh, he hates Zac Efron's character. Ooh, I wonder if he'll sway her away from him. Oh, I wonder if he's the one who will live happily ever after with her instead of the good-looking guy soldier who has just enough scenes in this movie in his boxer briefs to make the women go, ah. Anyway, everything about this movie frustrated me. And the problem is Efron has shown promise with some films, and I don't even dislike him as much as you would think I do. And I don't hate romance films either. I just don't like sugary goop like this, like we see here. Like I said, I like The Notebook, but this movie just has no charm at all, which is why The Lucky One is my number 4 worst film of 2012.